And we're back.
Oh, I was like, who the fuck is that?
back
Pterodactyl.
again, baby.
Literally, obviously.
Wow, wow, bow, bow, bow.
I love it every time.
Are you guys getting into it? I was
shout
like,
out to Infamous Art Collective.
hell yeah, for putting together a little intro for us.
Little
and
intro,
the
outro,
music.
baby.
We're loving it. I'm hoping by the 3rd episode, now it gets stuck in your head and you'll be at work going, bow, 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 bow. It's really good.
So, obviously,
We're back.
we're back. We're hotter than ever.
And this is us. And if you're in episode 3 and you
Already.
don't know who the fuck we are, then get it together.
I feel like shameless. Oh, you missed last week, motherfucker.
Literally, like, you should already fucking know who we are.
You should remember.
Anyway, I'm Chloe. This is Micki. That's Joseph.
Mickey Mouse, call me.
I'm Joe.
Where's my cheese?
I'm Chloe.
You see me on the Disney Channel?
Shut up. That's how fucking Hendrix mocks me. And
That's
you know what that motherfucker does too?
Ice.
He'll call me by car. My ex's last name. He'll go, okay,
Damn,
Chloe.
that's cold.
Literally,
That's
he'll look at me and go,
cold.
okay, Chloe, car. And then I'm like, okay, Hendrix. He goes, yeah, my last name is Tinkersley. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Dog.
Who brings that? Anyway.
He's probably like, I'm a tank.
Yeah, fighting words right
You're
there.
a car, I'm a tank.
Yeah, he knows how to.
What?
anyway,
I'm gonna run
I
your
need-
ass over.
Literally, I need to get to the fucking DMV ASAP.
You're like, anyway, I have
No,
got to go.
we have a trip to go on and your passport
That's why I
says
haven't been able to
car.
fucking do it, Joe, thanks to you. Literally because of my passport, I still have my ex's fucking last name. This is totally just off script, off the chart. I still have his last name. How long has it been?
God, so long. You know, I didn't legally change my
4
last name to
years?
Queen until I got divorced. Like, literally, we were in the stages of getting divorced. I just
Thanks
hate
to you,
paperwork.
Joe.
Yeah.
Just in case you're
Well,
wondering.
just wait. What about Mickey's bachelorette party?
It's all our trips.
So you're not going to probably be able to change
And we
it
still
again.
have
Hey, no.
lots of things. Yeah.
We have like.
Where are we going to
Yeah.
go?
China. I
Please
want
don't
to
make me
see
go
where
there.
you were made.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like this episode we
I was
just
like, anywhere you
really
go.
air some dirty laundry.
I want it to be.
And by dirty
What's
laundry, I mean
dirty?
mine.
I was going to say, this is going to be.
You are wearing dirty
I feel like
panties.
They
Chloe
are.
should be sitting in the middle because I feel like this is a very Chloe-centered. Give me the hairband off your wrist. That's my photographer brain. I hate seeing a hairband on a wrist.
Oh no.
They're bad for photos.
Throws it away. We're not in
There-
a photo.
There goes
I don't
1
care. There will be a
million.
photo of this at some point, and I don't
1
want to Facetune
million.
it out.
1 million. 1 million gone.
So we're done.
I'm
We just
leaving right
lost
now. I just
Thousands
give up.
because
We're
that
fired.
hairband.
You just cost us our whole team.
You know, there's
That's
a
how I feel.
hairband
That's
in the
how
United
I feel at weddings.
States.
Whenever I see a bunch of
Get
bridesmaids
it?
standing up there with hairbands on, I'm like, you're gonna ruin this whole fucking wedding. Hand them over. So anyway,
So anyway, back to our
Anyway.
regular scheduled programming. Let's
ABC
talk
channel.
about the fact that I ended up working at a whorehouse. I feel like it was in my
Yes.
blood though.
I think it was one of those things. I mean, just look at her. She's got to try it out once.
A few times.
Is that Pammy? Or is that a whammy?
Exactly. I'm Pammy Whammy, honey. So
She
no,
knows what to
I don't
do.
even know.
The start
How
was
it's like-
hazy because I remember.
At the start of it, I think I brought. So in hindsight, I had a family member.
Okay, no,
I
because
won't
think
name
about
names.
who was first, the family member
Oh, I'm getting
or
there,
the friend
honey.
from
So,
high school.
There was this girl, in context, there was this girl from high school, mind you. A lot of people did not like her. She was a fucking cunt.
It was always
probably
like
still
back
is a
and forth,
cunt.
where
She
she
was
would
a
be so
bully.
nice and then would be so.
Because she's a bully. She'd be
Yeah.
like nice to people and then be so mean. But I mean, she's like,
I will just say,
trauma and stuff.
we're not going to name names, but it was just someone who you would absolutely like, from the outside, not expect to
Like,
be in
she
a
went to
situation.
church,
Yeah,
like-
she was a good girly. And so it's like
Yeah.
you look at Chloe, you're like, yeah, she probably try
You
it
would
out
think
once.
I'd be the one who found it.
Yeah, but no, it actually wasn't. It was actually
So,
a goody
In
church
hindsight,
girly.
what's funny is this said girl from high school ended up becoming friends with my family member. Mind you, at first they weren't friends, and I almost got into a fight with this said girl because she was like coming at my family member sideways, and this was before I had children. I just have one kid. And I remember her, like, she was going to, like, fight her or something. And I just looked at her and I was like, hey, you put your hands on her. I put my hands on you. And then somehow they ended up being friends, as usual.
As it goes.
had this smart idea to move to Florida. I feel like anyone listening to this will just know who this was. Had this smart idea to move
Carmen.
to Florida. Oh, that's a good name. Actually, I think that was my name when I was there. I'm not even kidding.
No, I
That
kid
was
you
my
not. It was
name.
a fucking
At the whorehouse, you had to pick names. We'll get to that. So they moved to Florida.
Joseph was
Yeah,
there. He was
you
a
spoke into
paying member.
existence.
I was just saying Carmen because, you know, like Pamela Anderson.
Yeah,
Carmen
no.
Electra.
I think that's why I picked
Oh.
it. So anyway, they moved to
Get to
Florida.
the fucking point.
They need money. For some reason, they're looking on Craigslist for jobs. I feel like that would be the last place I would look. So they get on Craigslist. They find this ad, and I'm not going to release like names of the place because it's still an up and running place. I actually went there like 2 years ago for our honeymoon, just for good time's sake.
Good times.
Good Times Tattoo Studio. Check us out. It's a good time. So they find this ad on Craigslist, and it's pretty much like looking for girls. It was like a strip club, but not. So I don't fucking know what this Craigslist ad said, but this said girl who I knew from high school went and checked out the place first. I remember she had called my family member who was in Florida with her and got her to come down because she was like, dude, you got to come down and check it out. It's really chill. There's only a few other girls that work here. And it was like, when you walked into this house, there was just a tiny little lobby, and then there was like a padlocked door that you'd have to have a code to go past that door. So in hindsight, picture this. You're walking to a place, it's a little lobby, padlocked door. There's a little desk. There's always a person sitting at the desk. If a guy comes in, doorbell rings, the girls will hear it, come out into the lobby, and you like line up. I feel like this sounds like trafficking. It's not. So like you like line up, and it was behind the padlock door, which you would have to pay a door fee to go through. So it would be like $200 to $300 to even get in behind the padlock door. And the guys understood that to get into the club, you'd have to pay that. And then you would like pick said girl. So it was like a strip club, but it was like private room strip club. There was no like just open dance area. You would pick which girl you liked, and you would go to the room and like get a dance, get a private dance, whatever. There was no like fucking. At least I wasn't fucking. People did be fucking after, not at the club though, because there's a peephole on the doors. There's like 6 rooms when you get past the padlock, and there's a peephole on all the outsides. That way you can make sure people are like safe inside. You know, guys aren't like being fucking crazy, which you know they are. So like 6 or 7 girls would line up. You would pick a girl and you'd go back, and like the incentive would be obviously get as much money as you can out of these dudes. And a lot of the dudes had good money. You know, they were there vacationing, X, Y, and Z. So they went down there, checked out this club, and I mean made like 10 grand in like 3 days. And I felt like they just called me and was like, hey, you look
before
the part?
you did it, I think there was like, I remember one not so great situation with them where it was very like, it was like there were risks, but also like there was so much money to be made. But they remember the time that like there
That
was
had
all
nothing
the
to do with the
drama.
club.
I know, but that's why whenever I first heard of that, I was like nervous. That was it. That they did a little private excursion, non-club excursion, where they're like, we'll go do a little freelancing.
Didn't work
And
out.
it did not work out, and they for sure.
But I don't know
got,
what
like,
the context was. Like in my little
No.
brain, like they must have just called me and been like, you can make money.
Yeah,
Me,
and you're
being
like,
about
yes.
money, I'm gonna do anything for fucking money as long as I don't have to fucking suck baby. That's fine. And if you do
Yeah.
that, that's fine too. It's just not my thing.
Money, honey.
Yeah,
So
I get
I
that.
was like, you're
Lady
telling me
Gaga.
I can go on a vacation for 3 days and make all this money. Sold. I
Yeah.
think I told you, I was like, I'm gonna try it out.
Yep.
Here's my location.
Yep.
Fly down, and then took a Greyhound bus 4 hours.
No
I don't know.
big
I'm covered in
deal.
tattoos. I was like, fuck it. No one's going to fuck with me. I look like I belong here.
Yeah, you're like, I'm actually
played the part.
a fixture on this bus.
Yeah.
I live here. I drive the bus.
So I pull up to this club, and I just remember like this Ukraine woman with the thickest accent, like showing me the rooms around. And she was like, and how would Ukraine people sound?
I have no idea. If I did make an accent, it would be offensive if I tried.
I feel like that in general is offensive. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's offensive to have a Ukrainian accent.
So she's showing me around. There's like the 6 rooms, and she's like, all right, like if a guy comes in, you're all going to line up. They're going to pick which one you want. You're going to go to the room. You can always get another girl to come in with you and like tag in, try and get more money, do your dance, whatever. I'm not like a sexual person, especially like I fucking hate men. That's why it's so funny, because like I scream at people for looking at me. Like, so that was a hard pill to swallow. But I remember my first night there, and we're all like dressed up. And what I found out is men are just sick fucks while working in this place. So first night there, I'm covered in tattoos, so I don't look like a 12-year-old girl. I did realize the girls who looked the youngest got chosen the most. So I got chosen for my first one, went back to the room, had no idea what I was doing. No idea. Literally. Never like, danced on a pole, never even danced. I'm just like trying to dance, make this money. But what they tell you to do is like when you go back, it's like, all right, it's $600 for steamy and $1,200 for hot and heavy, or like just something dumb like that. And in the rooms is just like a massage bed. And then you look up, there's a TV, and it has like porn playing to get him in a mood. So you want to get the guy in there and like get him undressed, and you want him to get like laid under, like with in like just their boxers or whatever. And there's porn playing to get him in the mood, and then you want to do your pitch so that like they're in their boxers, they're not running out, you know. And they'll give you your card. More than likely, like they'll give you their card. And they'll be like, yeah, just go pull out the cash. And it was amazing to me to see how many men were fine with that. Like, never in my life am I going to give you my cash or my card and be like, here you go. And just willingly give it to you. And they were like, they knew subjectively what was happening. And some guys would leave like pleased and be fine with the little bit. Some guys, when they realized you weren't fucking them, would literally like go to the cops and be like, this girl won't fuck me, and I just paid her $2,000, and the cops would be like, I'm glad she didn't. Yeah, I was like, glad she didn't. It was supposed to just be a private room. So that was like a main concern there. But I feel like the type of men that went there, like I remember one time you would like ask them their names and stuff, you know, you would try and get to know them because you would want to Google them, because you would want to see if they'd come up as like a lawyer or like a senator or something, to like see how much money they would have, like how much can you get out of this dude, you know, like what's he gonna give. And that was a really fun, cool thing, because now I feel like I have some tea on people. I was gonna say,
I love the tea that came along with it. It was, you know. And it's also not like a doctor's office. You don't have a HIPAA at a fucking...
No, like, I feel like my lips are only sealed because it's like the right thing to do.
Yeah, and this is like, we can allude to things on here, but we won't like out anyone. But like, I love that we know. Like, I love knowing.
So like I said, in hindsight, this place is like normally only like 5 to 8 girls working there, and it was open from like the hours of, actually no, it's open 24/7, but you could pick shifts. You could do day shift or you could do night shift. Obviously I did like night shift all the time. And I remember one time I was there and Matthew McConaughey was filming the Beach Bum movie. So I feel like that gives away some placement, but he was filming Beach Bum movie. They had a car that you would drive around in, and it was like wrapped with the like entertainment place to like get people to come in. And we were driving around, and we had 2 guys jump in our vehicle, and they didn't come back to like, they didn't do services and stuff, but they jumped in the vehicle, and like next thing I know, this dude's like on the fucking roof, and he jumped from our roof to another car and then jumped back into our car and came like back in and like did this whole fucking trick in traffic. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, you don't know who I am? I'm like, no. The fuck? Like, why are you jumping from car to car? And it was a fucking stunt man from Matthew McConaughey's crew. And we didn't believe him. Like, we did not believe him at all. And his name was Tommy. I don't know if I can even say the last name, but his first name was Tommy. And we didn't believe him, and he took us on set. Mind you, this guy and the other guy he was with, who was also like a crazy ass stunt man who like trained fucking grizzly bears and shit, I don't think realized what our car was wrapped with, and he drove us on the beach bum scene, like the set that night. And when we were pulling in, the security like looked at us all crazy, and they were like, Tommy's like, let us in. And like we got in, and then he was like, wait a minute, what's on the outside of this car? And he got out, and it's like straight girls with their titties out, and it's like entertainment, like this and that. But yeah, I think the first weekend I was there, I made like fucking 10 grand.
Yeah.
It was a lot of money. And it was straight up just from dudes seeing some titties. There was definitely some girls who maybe fucked in the hotel rooms afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a really famous like preacher came through one time. Yeah. You don't remember me saying that?
I do, but I'm just like, it's been a long time.
I know. It's like hard to even think of everything.
I know, because it feels like a
things.
lifetime ago, and it was literally like such a crazy time. Because also like as the best friend who like was back home watching your location and being like getting the updates hour by hour, being like, I'm so like worried about you, but also like I'm so jealous. I want to go make money. Like I was
so
literally
fun.
so into it. But,
like it was
good for you.
Hats off to any sex worker out
Oh,
there.
100%. Because
especially
like,
girls who actually be putting in the work.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things people want to like shit on, but it's like there's a market for it, and it's like men are gonna do what they do, so you might as well get that fucking money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally changed my just outlook, I think that's when I realized like, wow, oh, people do have money. Like this guy gave us his card one time, and I think guys just got off on the fact of like showing how much money they had too.
Oh, 100%.
Like I remember this dude literally gave us his card, and when we had took it to the ATM, because he was like, just pull money out, like I'll show you how much I have in the bank. And like when you pulled up his thing, and like I had never seen fucking like $500,000 fucking dollars in an account. When I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, we made like a good bit off of him.
You're like, just a little money. See, Joseph sitting here like, damn, my pee-pee hasn't wiggled once, but suddenly when I heard
Money,
rich
I'm
men,
hot.
I heard the word money, and now
like, is there a gay version?
Honestly,
yeah, I think so.
I feel like they need to have dudes in there too. Like it can't just be.
Oh, for sure, because you know half those guys,
especially
like,
little
do
Twinkies.
It. Oh
yeah,
you know,
literally.
Rich motherfuckers like that love a little
Literally.
twink. You know they do.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I mean, but the women there, like there was literally women who worked there for when I had went, and it had been like 5 years since I had even worked there, right? When you say, or no, 6, 7 years.
It's been a minute, like a long minute.
Yeah. And the girls who I worked with were still working there, and they had already been there for like 10 years. So that means they've been there for like 15 fucking years. Just
a whole
working,
career,
bro. Like that's their fucking career.
Yeah, it's like you
and
did it, but it was like a temporary, like it was like a part of your life. But
I feel like the girls
long.
who do it longer aren't like in a family really either.
You were literally
like to be a sex worker and work in like a club 24/7. I feel like that would be hard with
you
like
were
children.
like a vacation one. It was literally like
vacation.
I swear it wasn't
worker.
like your full career. It would be like we were doing the stay-at-home mom thing at the time, and it would be like you would just fly down for a weekend, make your money, and come back home. And like it was just like you paid the bills, like, and then next month you might go back down and do a weekend, and it wasn't like a full career like some of the girlies in there were like every night all the time
hustling. And I think it takes a different breed to hustle. It does. Like I think a lot of girls are like, oh, I could do this or I could do that. No motherfucker, I'm telling you right now, you can't.
No, it's like that's a whole
different culture and breed. And I think just growing up poor, which is what made it easier for me.
You're like, I'm gonna get that money.
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I think you honestly had a nice balance to it. I really think you did it like in a way that was manageable. It wasn't like
Healthy.
you came. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there's ways where it's like if you're doing that every night, you're never seeing the daylight, and you're just like,
Oh,
do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I think there's ways where it can like those lifestyles will like steal
Yeah.
your soul, but you're like, I'm gonna still live my normal life and like just
like a little weekend.
Yeah, you're like, I'm doing what I need to do.
Just gonna go make a bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make my bag real quick, and like you went and did it, and then it was like, then whenever the time came, you were like, now I'm done with it. But you did what you did, and like,
Did what I had to do. Had to be done.
what was the like craziest thing that you saw?
Craziest? I don't know.
What was the
do you-
grossest
like, gross?
thing?
I'm
What's like a
'cause,
gross
like,
thing
I
that a
feel
guy
like
asked
there wasn't
for?
like
I know, but like, what's like a grody thing that like a man was like, will you do this? Whether you did it or not, just like, what are some gross things that men were in there
I
for?
feel like I was more of like a second, because like I said, like one girl would get picked and then you would want to bring in a second girl to help you like hustle and like split money, and so you're not in there alone
100%.
doing a private dance, whatever. And I feel like when I got picked, it was by like the younger, hotter dudes, but like older dudes and stuff, they want like girls
They
who
want
looked
the,
young
like-
and stuff. Like they didn't want me like who had
Ugh.
titties and stuff. You
You're
know
like,
what I
you
mean?
look like too much of a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
men
So
are
like I
gross.
feel like that was a sick thing to like see and gross and stuff. But just like gross things that I saw, like I remember walking into this this room one time, and it was the girl from back home, and fuck that bitch. I ain't give a fuck. This dude was like the hairiest fucking man I had ever seen in my life. He had to have been Italian or I don't know.
He's just a swarthy
He was just
man.
like fucking
Just thick.
so hairy and so mean. Like when he talked, like I remember when he was like picking the girls, he was so mean. He's like, I guess that one will do. Like, and I remember he looked at me and he was like, do not have her in the room. Like didn't want me in there, but she had like came out and got me, and I was like, God fucking damn it. This motherfucker told me to stand like behind him in the corner. I'm like, fine with me, dude.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not
Fuck.
trying to fucking.
Yeah. And this dude is so fucking hairy and he's sweating at this point. And I just remember he pulled his dick out and he's just like jacking off, and this bitch is on her knees in front of him. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm behind, and she's like rub his shoulders. I'm like, bro, I fucking kid. This is not happening right now. Like this is not happening right now. And he's like, and I just remember her being on her knees and like holding a towel like up on her chest, and she's looking at him. And I don't even know how anyone would even be hard in this moment, because she's like, I swear to God, if you come on my face, don't you fucking come on my face, blah blah.
Maybe it's
And
what he
I'm
likes.
just
He was
like,
like, be
dude, come on
mean.
her face, come on her face, come on her face, come on her face. This motherfucker literally like came on her face. And I don't even know what the context, what, like, I left the room. I was like, I don't. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because you see a bitch that you don't like getting come down, getting ragged on, bro,
Damn.
by a nasty ass dude.
Yeah. Also, her being mean about it is hilarious.
Couldn't be
It's
me,
like,
homie.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Couldn't
It's
be
like,
me.
Yeah. You know,
It.
it ain't.
I ain't
ain't
never
much,
been in
but
that
it's honest
situation.
work.
I ain't never been in that situation.
Um,
So I
yeah,
feel
and
like
also if you're down there, wouldn't you put the towel in front of your face? Wouldn't you be like?
That's how I
damn.
felt about
That's
it.
I feel like I'm like,
I was also
damn
just
girl,
like,
you're in the splash zone.
I was just
Move.
like, should you guys be doing this?
yeah, I was like, move.
I don't know. I was just as confused. But,
Yeah.
you know,
But you came in second, so you didn't really get to see.
I'm here
like,
for a good time, not a long time.
Did you get any money from that one where you seconded in? Did you get a little tip money for the?
No, I don't even think. I mean, I stole off that bitch all the time. All the time. You don't remember that?
Yes, I do. But
You don't
it's
remember
just
that?
like, it's
Every
just
day,
funny.
I'd be like, you're buying my food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She was really mean to you while you were there, though.
Yeah. She robbed me that one time. So
Yeah.
I would steal from her every time I was there. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I would tell her, too.
yeah.
I'd be like, quit leaving your fucking money out.
yep. It just was what it was.
That's that.
Dang. Do you think she still works there? Does she not? No, because she got like. I feel like the girlies there didn't like her. There was like some drama.
Yeah, there was drama with it. I forget. I totally forget, but obviously there's going to be drama.
Yeah.
She wasn't built for it though either. She was too like fucking snotty.
I was gonna say she went in like main character.
She's not for the people.
syndrome.
You can't be main
You gotta be a
character at the strip
girl's
club,
girl
bro.
whenever
Yeah.
you're there, like with other people. But I just remember
Yeah.
from the beginning, it was very like she was like, "I'm the best one here, and I'm doing it." You were
Literally.
very like, what is this energy coming right now?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
I remember wanting to go so bad, mainly because we were poor as fuck, and I was
Yeah.
like, you were coming back with a bag, and I was like, I want to go so bad. And my ex-husband, do you remember the day I yelled at him all day? Remember?
Oh
I think
my
you and
God,
Wade were
yeah.
both there. I fucking was so pissed. I was like, I want to go. I want to go. I want to like. I was like, literally, we could get like a down payment for like a house. We were still renting. I was like, please, I want to do this so bad. I was like, it could literally like actually
Yeah.
start our life because we were so fucking poor. And I was like, I will do anything for some money. And he was like, absolutely not. And I'm like, you're fine with this whole open relationship shit, but I can't go show my titties for money.
Literally, I know that's what I mean too, because
And I
like you
yelled at her
weren't
all
fucking
day.
for
That's
money.
what
You
I'm
weren't sucking
saying.
dick for money. There was no like exchange. It was literally dudes giving you money to do a
Yeah.
little fucking dance or like be nice to them
Yep.
or degrade them. This one dude like wanted his like dick stepped on.
You're like,
Yeah.
any day. You're like,
I
come
don't
on
give up.
in.
Give
You're
it
like,
here, baby.
Please, I'll do that.
I
Honestly, that'd be so
fucking
fun.
I'll
I'd do that for
stop.
sure.
Let me get my heels.
You're like, please.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
pain, baby.
There was one time, I feel like scariest moment. There was one time where a guy came in, and he had a gun. So that would be like the thing. And that was another reason, like you would still want them in like boxers, but I feel like that was another reason with a private room. Like you would want them to
not-
take some things off because you wouldn't want
wanna
them
see-
to be like armed.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
shit.
and you would want to see like where they would sit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember him leaving very pissed off because obviously like no one was fucking for money. And he was like, oh, shoot, all you fucking bitches, blah, blah. And I was like, ooh, he might actually because he does have a gun.
You're like, maybe.
Yeah.
He means it.
He means business.
Damn, that would be fucking
So
scary.
I
That's
feel
my
like,
thing is like
that's like
men are
the
so
like,
scary.
yeah. And
yeah, it's like you want to make the money off the men, but like also like
Yeah.
there's nothing. I have said this forever. Like there's nothing scarier than just like a man who is horny and like isn't getting
Can't.
like can't like there's no outlet for like whatever. It's like they don't know how to control that rage. And this is like we have a friend. We have another gay friend who's not Joseph that like
Yeah, what's up with
used
you
to
guys?
like meet up with like random like down low men or whatever, and I would be like, that is the scariest thing
Yeah.
you can do, because I'm like, you're alone with a man who it's like they're horny as fuck, and then the minute they're done with it, they're gonna get that like,
yes.
it's like either they're not gonna get what they're wanting or they get what they want, they nut, and then they're like, then I
Literally.
feel like they get that post nut like whatever, and I'm like, you're gonna fuck like a straight dude, you know?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like he's gonna get that post nut clarity and he's gonna kill you.
Yeah,
because
I
men
don't
are
think
scary.
people realize the dangers of that sex workers have.
Oh my God, it's so scary. I was scared for you every day you were down there, but then I was also like, I want to go make money, but then I
Yeah,
was
get
also
that bag.
terrified
But, like,
because
be
I was
safe.
like, well, I was just like, damn, bitch, that we could at least go together and be.
Yeah, have each other's back.
No one would have picked me back then. I was so fucking ugly. I was not getting.
I wasn't that cute either.
But you were tatted up, big
Yeah,
titties,
big
so I feel
titties.
like
I
you
got-
checked some
yeah.
boxes for some
That's
people. You've always
true.
been a little cutie, but like no, back in the day, I don't think I had the look.
I remember there was a time where this guy came and we had like Googled who he was because he just kept going on, and he was like a fucking I don't know, I'm fucking stupid, like Congress or senator or something of a state.
Something
And
government.
He just kept giving us